Dear Mr. Dhoni and everyone who watched this speech, peace be upon you all. My name is Tabitha Aprilia Putri with student number C11-2019-08083. And in this video, let me deliver a speech about the influence of social media. Social media is the reason for many of the world's problems and solutions. It can be used to raise awareness for an important cause, but it can also be used to spread hatred, especially among teenagers. Being a teenager, I could be the first to say that social media is the way most teens live their lives. But what is it? Is it the right way? Austin McKay makes a brilliant point in his article. Social media has allowed them to take their lives online instead of saying goodbye to friends at school and waiting to see them on the next day. Although social media can connect teens to the world and friends and family around them, it is actually one of the highest ranking causes of suicide among teenagers in the 21st century. As important as connection via the internet, social media does not have to be main source for teenagers. The average teenager spends at least 2 hours and 20 minutes on social media in every day. In Austin McKay's impact of social media on teens, an article here argues that social media is becoming more than part of their world. It's becoming their world. Teenagers complain of being constantly stressed with homework, but perhaps homework is not the main source of stress. Every day, Health Magazine states that, on statistics, a teenager who spends more time outdoors is generally a happier and healthier child. However, since 2000, the time teens spend outside has been significantly reduced, leading to more depression and obesity. Not only does it have an impact on health, social media keeps parents from having a thorough conversation with their kids without them checking their phones. Although the positive effect of having a social media profile is to communicate with friends or family, they don't even have the decency to raise their heads and engage in conversation. Enjoying the little things around them becomes a difficult task for the average teenager when they're too busy tweeting about it. Its contradictory effect shows that social media is not all that is talked about. Sure, that's a word that has no choice but to continue to be followed by the youth. Social media encourages false images of how things should be in a perfect world. It is this impact that causes insecurities and questions for girls and boys. Misleading pictures of how bodies, relationships, houses, cars, etc. should be what lowers self-esteem and causes depression and suicide. Apart from being connected, social media revolves around who retweeted, who selfie, and how many favorites did that photo get. It's almost sickening to know that teens base their insecurities around how many likes they get. The misperceptions of life portrayed across social media are misleading towards teens and not worth the effort to filter. Social media is not only misleading, it is also very unimportant. Apart from the news section of the site, most of the posts are very unimportant to our world. The kind of information that Becky just got a new car interior is completely useless in the long run. Nicholas Wapsha stated in his buying into Big Brother article on social media saying, "We might feel sorry for the idiot schoolboy who uses swear words on Twitter or posts pictures of himself having a party together only to find out while he was looking for work that the troll made by the HR department kept him out of the work. Taking a step back can open your eyes to realizing that nothing your friend will post will affect your life in the long run." Instead of going through drama and irrelevant sections of social media, connect with your friends and family by calling them and avoid the complications and useless websites. Avoiding social media can be very difficult, especially in a situation where someone uses it every day and switches within a week. This is a very challenging task, but in the long run, you will not have to worry about wasting time, misperceptions, and unnecessary information. Encouraging teens and friends to spend less time on social media and more time socializing can really change your life for the better. That's all I can say. More or less, I apologize if there are any wrong words. And for your attention, I thank you profusely.